at the state legislature, at the local level, at the Board of Education level, any elected office. It is very, very critical. Those two ingredients don't change. Okay, you need people, you need money, and some of the things that you have learned from the speakers that came before me and the speakers that are coming after me are going to be precisely how to get some of these tools so that when you go back to your home, you can make use of it effectively. One of the reasons that I started to tell you why this is so important. As you all know, this is during the convention period, the Asian American Caucus, and I'll tell you a little bit about what that means, has and all of the other constituency caucuses have meetings, and they are normally held on 2 days out of the 4 days. So the Asian American and Pacific Islander Caucus is held on Monday and Wednesday. We only have 2 hours, and in 2 hours we have to cover a lot of subjects. And there's a lot of these things that we want to share with the people that are coming to the convention, the delegates, the families, the friends, the volunteers, that we couldn't fit in during the caucus hours because there were so many other demands on the time of the caucus that we were trying to figure out how we're going to do this. We need to make this happen. So Curtis, Parag, Gautam, and Rami, and a bunch of other people here, and the folks local to North Carolina says, I step up, we'll do it. So to you all, thank you. This is very, very important. This is something that we need to share with our community. Your activism is very critical. Were you able to cover a little bit earlier about why, kind of like the panorama and so forth okay. So you know that our vote is becoming much, much more important. And we're very, very lucky that we have an increasing number of delegates that are coming to the convention. It is right now, I think, about twice as many as the last convention. Okay, I want to be able to tell you at the next convention that it is even twice the amount of this convention, but it won't happen unless all of you get active up there. And one of the ways that you can get active is by running, okay, for positions like DNC members. Okay, those are elected positions. Okay, there are very few that are appointed, and I am one of the appointed ones because there weren't enough Asian Americans that were running from states like New York. I mean, for goodness sakes, New York should have, a lot of Asian Americans. California had only only one that is elected. Now, come on, guys, California, we have none from Oregon, none from Washington State, none from Florida, which is increasing, and none from Nevada. That doesn't make any sense, right? So please, all of you that can and are willing to, please run. Now, this has been my mantra for the last 8 years at least that I've been involved in the leadership position in the DNC. Those of you that know me know that my passion is to see the next generation of leaders grow. I want to see the next generation of Asian American leaders get to the table, get to the ballot box, and win those elections. And with this, I want to take a personal moment, a point of privilege, to introduce my good friend back there, Otto Lee. Please, Otto, please. Rise up. And Otto, I want to tell you a little story about Otto. Okay, Otto has run for a lot of elections. He was the mayor of, I'm going to get it again, Cupertino. Sunnyvale. See, I do this every time. Sunnyvale. He's mayor of Sunnyvale. He's run for the city council. He decided now to step up and run for Congress. Yay. Those of you that have time and energy and you want to go out to California to help him, go out there and help him. You want to learn, put into practice those lessons that you just learned from Gautam and from Madeline. go help one of the no, I wanna say 14 API candidates. I made the mistake earlier to say it's all 17 when I don't want the Republicans to win, I'm sorry. There are 17 Asian American candidates. I want 14 of those that are Democrats to win. Okay, so I want all you guys to go out there and help. But anyway, I want to thank you all. I want to tell you that as the chair of the Asian American Caucus in the DNC, I occupy that position that represents the Democrats, the Asian American Democrats across the country. In that position, I want to ask you to please get active, get elected, get involved. And the way that you do that is at the local level. And you need to go to your state party and you say, I want to do something, I want to run, I want to start an Asian American caucus. Or I want to participate and get some people involved, get them together and start. Since I started as a caucus chair, and this was one of the things that I wanted to do, you know, and Parag and Gautam will remember. And by the way, Gautam is one of the best fundraiser that I've had the privilege of working with. And I'll tell you one more thing about that as well. But ever since I started there, one of my goal was to try to establish or to encourage the formation of AAPI caucuses at the local level. Okay, so now we have about 10 of them. You know, that's not bad. It could be a lot better, but you know, it's a good start. I want you guys to continue my work. I'm getting old, so I need to pass on the baton, and I need you guys to step up to the floor and pick it up and move forward with it. On the fundraising side, let me tell you one thing. It is very, very important, as Madeline said, you know, I'm sorry, it was Raimi that was saying that. It was very important, okay, that if you're donating, that you make sure that it gets counted against Asian American money. Let me tell you what's happened in the past. In the past, you know, Asian Americans are very, very generous people. They're very generous, and they donate. But all they ask in return is, let's take a picture with the candidate, right? That's not enough. That's not enough. If you're donating and you're helping somebody to get elected, it is your right, like everybody else's right, to say, hey, I'll help you. There are some causes that are of interest to me and my community. Pay attention to us too. This is part of the deal and the bargain that you create, okay? So it used to be that individuals would donate and they would max out, and you know, we have one individual in Virginia who shall remain nameless that maxed out to the DNC at about $40,000 a year, okay? And at $40,000, all he wanted was to be included in this group of select people. And you know, I would say, how about you make that money and say, designate that as Asian American MSF calendar money? And he said, I don't need to. So we went on through that conversation. But let me tell you what happens if 10 of those 40,000 people don't designate their money. They become 10 different $40,000. But if all of them get bundled, now all of a sudden it's 400,000. 400,000, you know, to an organization counts a lot more than 40,000, right? So now the community begins to say, you know, we bring money, we can bring people, we can bring volunteers, we can go on and knocking doors, and there too, when you go knocking on doors and you go on volunteering, make sure that you let them know, I am part of the Asian American community, and these are how many hours I logged in. That also counts. Start to make our presence felt. We have been too long at just doing, giving, and participating, and not making it count as Asian American money and effort. Raimi said that I advocate for you all, and I do. I am a strong advocate, and one of the things that the DNC knows is that if I don't like something, if I don't see our name, if we're not part of the conversation, I'll go up to their face, and in their face, I will jump up and down and say, what about me? Why did you just mention the Asian American and the Hispanics? You know, Gautam and Parag, you knew that I've done that, and I've, you know, and I've gotten a lot of people mad at you know what? Next time, they remember to mention Black Americans, Hispanic American, and Asian Americans. Okay? But if you do that often enough, it will get noticed. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. All right, folks. So we're almost back on track on time, but I do want to make sure that we have a good